What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Henry and this is Lock Valley Farms. Rightio guys, so I think at the end of the last episode I said we were heading away for a week. So I'm supposed to be, what is it, August 1st today. I'm supposed to be halfway through my week off, but it looks like we're maybe going to get 5 to 10 millimeters of rain on Friday. So we got some crops to feed, we got some spraying to do, we've got an insurance assessor coming today to look at the 9770 with the auger damage, and I got an appointment with the lawyer this afternoon, or me and Dad got an appointment with the lawyer again this afternoon. So I got a couple of action-packed days here to get through. I'm just going to head up here now. I just want to have a look at the barley because me and Dad were talking about it on the phone there last night, saying that it's probably starting to change colour a bit, looking a bit yellow. I think it probably needs a bit more food. We were sort of thinking we'd get on and start spreading a little bit of the wheat, but I think we might change course because it's still early enough for the wheat that it's going okay, and maybe we can wait till the next sort of rain comes along. But anyway, we'll get up here, we'll have a look, and then probably going to have to jump in the sprayer and get a couple of paddocks knocked out, and in between that I've got to see an insurance assessor, so let's do it. So yeah, I was up at the Cracker Sparrow this morning and drove back from Adelaide and just slipped into the work clothes and here we are. So it's time to get stuck into it. But anyway, it's actually looking a little bit damp out here. I don't know whether there's a few showers of rain on the way back from Adelaide, and I don't know whether we ended up getting a bit of drizzly rain as well. But man, this crop is absolutely drenched at the moment, so probably not ideal coming out to spray this right away. So I just thought I'd come up here and have a quick look at what the colour of the crop is looking like at the moment. That's a pretty big indicator of, you know, if it's running out of nitrogen, and you can just see it's starting to lose its nice deep green and starting to get a bit of a yellowish colour. Definitely this paddock up here on the side of the hill, I stuffed up the rate there and that went out a little bit lighter than it was supposed to when I spread urea on there. So we definitely need to go back and top that one up. And I mean, for comparison, you can see the wheat next door on that vetch stubble, really nice, beautiful green. But we might benefit from coming back and hitting this because the wheat crops were just so big last year. The stubble holds up nitrogen and the soil locks up nitrogen, and you know, you really got to get it on relatively early. So I think maybe we do have to come back in here and just give this another 50 kilos, but that might be the goal tomorrow, I think. I just thought I'd have a look to see whether we got any disease coming on on any of this barley. There is maybe a little bit here, I don't know. The agronomist always puts a fungicide on, and I don't know that I want to spend money on a fungicide if it's going to be a dry year, but looking at some of these leaves, I think we might be worth putting it on there while we're out here. There's definitely a little bit of black looking disease and that on some of these leaves, so yeah, I think we better put it in, because ultimately the fungicide is cheap compared to having the sprayer going around and around the paddock all the time, multiple times. So anyway, we'll get kitted up, get organised, get some spraying done, and yeah, we'll just take the day from there. Look, at the end of the day, these barley crops are looking really, really nice for this time of year. Like how far they've come along, they're looking really great. If we could land some decent enough winter's rain, you know, there's good potential there for them to be really nice crops. So anyway, we'll leave that in the hands of the weather gods. Yes, that paddock up there on the side of the hill is looking very lime-ish. Looks like Dad's picked up the fan for the air seeder, and they've even thrown me in a beanie. I love wearing a beanie.
Say it again. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, darling. That's nice. What are you guys up to?
We're just driving on the way to Marion. We're just driving on the road to Marion.
Oh, that sounds good. Thanks for the call.
That's okay. That's okay. How was your drive back?
Yeah, not too bad. drums are nice and clean to go back for the drum muster. That's the recycling program for these drums. So it's a super simple brew today, guys. Just 1.2 litres of amine per hectare and 200 ml of bumper. Bumper's a fungicide, and we're going to spray it at 90 litres per hectare. So I'll just get everything entered into my screen here while my tank's filling with a bit of fresh water, and then we'll pump in the chemical and we'll go and spray it. Almost half full. Right, let's go and hit this hopefully before our insurance assessor gets here. So, what's my thoughts on the barley crop this year? I think that it's looking generally really good, apart from probably needing another feed, and it's a little bit wavy just because the germination was very staggered with the marginal moisture that we had, but there are some areas of the paddock that are really starting to canopy over already, which is nice to see. It's going to start shading out any weeds that are growing underneath, and then it'll start shading the ground when we head into spring. That helps to conserve a bit of moisture too, having the ground covered like that. So yeah, all in all, it looks really good. I sort of put most of my faith in these barley crops being our best producers this year if it stays as dry as it's been for the last month, and it gets as dry as what they're saying. So we'll wait and see what the spring brings, but yeah, it looks nice now. Alright, hopefully this insurance assessor's not too far away. Well, while we're waiting on the insurance assessor, I might do a bit of assessing of my own and assess how much urea we've got left, because we're going to be needing every last little granule of white gold that we can get by the looks of it. Scratch that idea. Just as I was driving down the driveway, he's driving in, so we'll go back and get this done. Well, a guy just drove 2.5 hours from Adelaide to take a heap of photos of the machine and then tell me that he needs to speak to the dealer and thanks for my time and I'll catch you later. So that was pretty productive. It only just come to my realisation that these new bins here that we bought don't actually have a ladder, so you can climb up and look in the door and see exactly how much is in there. I know they've got the windows on the side, but that's not really a very good indication of exactly how much is in the bin. So I brought the ladder over with me. Someone had been asking me in the comments on one of my videos what the urea situation had been like in South Australia this year, and I thought, well, I don't actually really know, because we ordered all ours early on. We've still got plenty there, I think, to see us through, so we haven't actually been looking for any more, but I think it's been pretty tight. If you haven't had it, I think it's been pretty tight. It's been pretty hard to get hold of, but we've sort of been lucky enough that, yeah, I think we've ordered plenty and we got plenty sitting there. But I got to brew up again here, load up the sprayer, got another paddock to do, and then I got to go to the lawyers at 4 o'clock, so we'll do that. By the way, once again, if I didn't mention it at the start of the video, which I don't think I did, I'm spraying broadleaf weeds out of barley today, just so you know. These bloody millennials, eh? Right, I'm gonna go have something to eat because I haven't eaten anything yet today, and it's then I gotta go in half an hour to a lawyer's meeting, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. So we were up pretty early this morning because we were thinking we were going to do a fairly big day of spreading, try and get the barley redone, maybe get onto some of the wheat, but looking at the rainfall updates this morning, I think we might wind back our spreading a little bit today because, yeah, they've talked it back a little bit. A couple of the models are pretty much giving us nothing, and the Bureau's even taken their forecast back to 1 to 5 mil, so on their rainfall map. So yeah, maybe we didn't need to get up so early, but anyway, we'll do something. We'll do some spreading because it would be silly not to. We've got a lot to get through, and you know, hopefully it'll rain one day soon because it's not looking good at the moment. So the plan today really is just to give this barley another 50 kilos of urea at home here, and then we'll probably just pull up after that because I don't see any sense in continuing without a substantial or stronger rainfall forecast. Like if we only end up getting a couple of mil, then last thing we want to go doing is putting hundreds of kilos of urea out on wheat as well. And the barley's a bit further along in its growth stage. The wheat's on legume stubble, so there should be a little bit more nutrition available to those crops rather than the barley on these heavy wheat stubbles. So that's sort of the plan for today. We'll see how we go. Alright, that's the first load done. We've probably only got another 2 to do, I think. That's another one done. Let's go back, fill up, and do the last one for the day. That's another one done, and that's about all that might be done for now. So I think we might just wait and see what the weather forecast is doing a bit later on this afternoon. If it's looking favourable, like we're still going to get a bit, maybe we'll run back out this afternoon and knock off another couple of paddocks of wheat maybe this time. Well, while I've got a bit of time this afternoon, might head back down the shed here. I got the kingpin job on the air seeder going on. I got all the parts there for that. Might try and get one side of that together, We've also got the big auger rebuild on the go at the moment. So we got the long shaft there with all the bearings. That's all ready to go back on. Dad was talking about maybe lifting that back on this afternoon. So we'll get down here and we'll get into a couple of jobs, eh? Well, that's a lot better. Now, I've just got to do the other side. PVC is too long there, or?
No, I reckon it might be right now because the pipe.
Yeah, I think they're all. Yeah, they're all okay. I think. Where do you want to go? Is next to this stuff?
Yeah, probably sit it on the ground, but probably not worth.
1 to 5 mil is the update. What's your thoughts?
Sounds overly promising, doesn't it?
No. It's enough to tease you, but it's also enough to give you a lot of doubt.
Yeah, it's a bit like last time when we got lucky last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will we be lucky this time? I don't know. Yeah, the way they talk with the weather, you sort of think that maybe it's going to stay dry for a while. So, but then does it matter if you haven't got it out and it's dry anyway? So
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know. Hard one. I think we've done some, I suppose. Be happy with that and see what happens.
I'm sort of leaning that way. I mean, I'd like to go and do a paddock of wheat, but I just don't really want to turf out more urea and then have it not rain.
Yeah.
Enough. Parker up, son. We're done for the day, I think. Well, hopefully you guys got that there then. We are not going to continue spreading it all tonight. Just, yeah, look, we've turfed out enough and we don't want to go and turf out more and just not get the rain. We've got more confidence with a few millimetres of rain on the barley because the wheat stubble there's from last year is so heavy and the ground's actually still quite wet, but the wheat went in on, you know, bare paddocks where we had legumes last year, and so it's already quite dry on top, and you know, if you get a few millimetres it might wash it in, but you know, the plant's not even going to know that it's there. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys this week. I'm going to turn around tonight, I'm going to head back to Adelaide and enjoy the rest of my week off. So just want to say thanks to everyone for watching. As always, thank you for being part of the channel. We really do appreciate it. Have a good one, guys. See you next time. Struth, here's some trouble.